What's good, YouTube? It's your boy, Blue Blood Sports TV, back at y'all with another one. So, it has been made official now. Undefeated, undisputed, junior welterweight, British superstar boxer, Josh Taylor, who is 19 wins, no loss, no draw, 13 wins by way of knockout. He is 32 years of age, 5'10" with a 70-inch arm reach. He will be ordered by the World Boxing Organization, better known as the WBO, to face off against former unified lightweight world champion, superstar boxer Teofimo Lopez in his next fight. Okay, Teofimo Lopez is 18 wins, 1 loss, no draw, 13 wins by way of knockout, 25 years of age, 5'8" with a 68.5-inch arm reach. Teofimo Lopez has made his debut at the junior welterweight 140-pound limit August of 2022 when he faced off against Pedro Campa and he won a 7th-round knockout victory. Then he had a fight December of 2022 against Sandor Martin. He won a split decision, a 10-round split decision, but many people thought that Teofimo Lopez, he actually lost that fight to Sandor Martin, okay? Teofimo Lopez has been chasing a fight with Josh Taylor for quite some time, okay? Sandor Martin is a southpaw, 5'8", slick boxer, and it looks like they were trying to mimic that of Josh Taylor, okay? They were preparing for Josh Taylor, and he didn't look good in that fight against Sandor Martin, okay? But with that said, since Teofimo Lopez became the unified lightweight world champion when he defeated Olympic 2-time gold medalist, 3-division world champion, former unified lightweight world champion, Ukrainian superstar boxer Vasil High-Tech Lomachenko, Teofimo Lopez, after that fight, claimed himself to be undisputed, and he was pushing. That fight took place October 2020, and he'd been pushing for a fight with Josh Taylor, who'd been brushing him off. Josh Taylor simply would not acknowledge fighting Teofimo Lopez. He stated that Teofimo Lopez was a joke, and until Teofimo Lopez fought now undefeated, undisputed lightweight world champion superstar boxer Devin the Dream Haney, who held the WBC title, that, he wouldn't entertain a fight with Teofimo Lopez. Josh Taylor, he became undisputed. He defeated Jose Ramirez for undisputed titles. And after that, shockingly, he faced off against Jack Catterall. Now, he beat Jose Ramirez back in May of 2021 to become the undisputed champion. And then in February of 2022, he faced off against Jack Catterall, and he won a split decision 12-round fight. But many people thought that Jack Catterall actually won that fight, okay? And we have not seen Josh Taylor in action since then, in over a year since the last time we saw Josh Taylor grace the squared circle, okay? He didn't look good, and many people thought he lost to Jack Catterall in his backyard. And nonetheless, everybody expected him to go into a highly anticipated rematch with Jack Catterall, but he didn't do it. The fight kept falling through. Now, Josh Taylor, he stated that part of the reason he had the lackluster performance against Jack Catterall was because of the issue to make weight. Now, if you don't know, the backstory is that when he fought Jose Carlos Ramirez in the Undisputed Showdown, he had to pay Jack Catterall step-aside money, and would promise that after the fight, because Jack Catterall was the mandatory challenger, would promise that after the fight, the winner would face Jack Catterall. So he initially stated he wanted to move up to 147 in the welterweight division, but he had to honor his obligations with Jack Catterall, and he fought Jack Catterall. Then he stated it was the issue with the weight. He's a very big 140-pounder at 5'10", with a 70-inch arm reach, okay? When you see him in person, he looks definitely all of a welterweight, right? 147-pounder. And so he stated that was the issue, trying to cut the weight, the weight issues and so on and so forth, okay? And he wanted to move up to 147. So since then, he had to vacate his WBC title, vacate the IBF title, vacate the WBA title, vacate the IBO title, because his mandatories. He had an injury. He was supposed to face off against Jack Catterall in March, but he suffered an injury, a foot injury, that saw him have to be pulled from the fight. And now the WBO has ordered this the last belt he holds in the division. Now, nobody has beaten him to take the belts, but he's just been inactive. And so the last belt he holds is WBO. And now the WBO is ordering and mandating that Josh Taylor faces off against Teofimo Lopez. And it looks like they're looking at a date. There's multiple dates being thrown around, but the date that's sticking is June 3rd. Okay, that most people expect this fight to take place. And so they're both with Top Rank. They're both with legendary promoter CEO Bob Arum. So this is an easy fight to be made. They already entered negotiations, and now the WBO has officially ordered this fight to come to fruition. Okay. Again, like I said, everybody expected Josh Taylor to face off against Jack Catterall, and give Jack Catterall an opportunity to regain, to gain the titles, right? Jack Catterall now 26 wins, 1 loss, no draw, 13 wins by way of knockout, 29 years of age, 5'7" with a 69-inch arm reach. He's scheduled to come back March 25th, and it was supposed to be against Josh Taylor, oddly enough, but Josh Taylor pulled out the fight. And Jack Catterall, he's now lobbying to get an opportunity to fight the 2-time junior welterweight world champion, superstar boxer, Regis Ruguru Prograis, who Josh Taylor beat October 2019. Regis Ruguru Prograis is 28 wins, 1 loss, no draw, 24 wins by way of knockout, 34 years of age. He's a southpaw himself. He just beat Jose Cepeda for the vacant WBC title. And now Jack Catterall is saying, let's the two of us fight, since Teofimo Lopez, oddly enough, is the mandatory challenger for the WBC title, right? And Regis Ruguru Prograis is willing to oblige and give him the opportunity, but he stated, why would he go into a fight, with Regis Prograis? There's nothing to gain, so on and so forth. And so they're avoiding fighting Regis Ruguru Prograis, and Jack Catterall is being avoided, in his mind, his words, by Josh Taylor. So Jack Catterall, he recently put up, well, the two guys that really are willing to fight each other, me and Regis Prograis, should fight, as the two ducks in Teofimo Lopez and Josh Taylor fight each other. We know Teofimo Lopez Sr., he had recently came out and he stated that they had a big money fight with Josh Taylor presenting itself. And, as far as exposure goes, and as far as, a bigger fight, Josh Taylor is definitely a bigger fight for Teofimo Lopez than Regis Prograis. And it didn't make sense at the time because most people didn't expect Josh Taylor to fight Teofimo Lopez. So when he was saying that he had a fight coming up with Josh Taylor, everybody just, they pushed it to the side and just felt like he was ducking Regis Ruguru Prograis. But now he's going to fight the undisputed champion because nobody beat Josh Taylor, let's be honest. And he still has the WBO title. And this is a way for Teofimo Lopez, if he beats Josh Taylor, to put himself back in the top, because his last performance against Sandor Martin, it just wasn't it. And many people thought Sandor Martin movement was too much for him. He dropped Teofimo Lopez. He actually unofficially dropped him twice, but one of the knockdowns wasn't counted. It was counted as a slip. But if you go back and watch it, it was actually the same punch that dropped him the first time, right? And so with that said, he got the victory, but many people thought that Sandor Martin deserved the victory, right? And so this is definitely a big fight for Teofimo Lopez. It's a way for Teofimo Lopez to put himself back in that top conversation. He still is a big deal, and he only has the one loss, official loss, to George Kambosos Jr., which seemed to have altered his career supremely, right? But this is an opportunity, and Josh Taylor is by far a better fighter in my mind than Sandor Martin. He's bigger than Sandor Martin. He's undefeated. He's the undisputed champion. He's just quicker. He's just as crafty, but, he has more power than Sandor Martin. I just think that this is a bad style matchup for Teofimo Lopez when you really look at it. You look at the Sandor Martin fight. Now, styles make fights, but Sandor Martin's style is very similar to that of Josh Taylor, but Josh Taylor is just better than Sandor Martin, right? And so with that said, this is going to be an uphill battle for Teofimo Lopez because Sandor Martin was bigger than Teofimo Lopez, and Josh Taylor is bigger than Sandor Martin. So this is a huge opportunity for both guys, though. It's the biggest name, in my opinion, not named Regis Prograis and Carlos Jose Ramirez. I think Teofimo Lopez is actually a bigger name than both of those guys. So this is a big opportunity for Josh Taylor as well. It's just shocking to me that he's going to stay at 140 when he claimed that the issues he was having was making the weight. So a year later from the fight with Jack Catterall, you're going to stay at 140 when he could easily, at this point in time, he's not obligated to fight anybody to move up to 147, and he can make himself the mandatory for Terrence Crawford. But nonetheless, Teofimo Lopez, Josh Taylor, I love it. Can't wait to see it. June 3rd looks like it's going to be the date. So drop a comment in the comment section. Let me know what y'all think. Y'all already know what it is. It's your boy Blue.
Bumgarner, you're watching Blue Blood Sports TV.